Sitting tall and strong in our seat, rooted, connecting our breath to our navel. And from there, stabilizing, stretching the spine, lifting the heart, tucking the chin, releasing the shoulders back and down. The hands are invited to be in Gyan Mudra, index fingers and thumbs slightly touching, or palms up at the lap, thumb tips slightly touching. Tip of the tongue is invited to rest atop the roof of the mouth. Two eyes are invited to have a single eye at the third. And let's start with just long, deep breaths. Controlling your breath, controlling your prana, your life force, controlling your mind. Every inhale, belly expands. Every exhale relaxes, deflates. Notice how you are, how you feel, body, breath, mind. Welcoming presence here and now. Presence is acceptance of the present, what is, anything and everything arising within you or around you. Unconditionally accepting, equanimously, compassionately, whatever is arising for you, sensations, feelings, thoughts, anything from the past week, letting go to become more and more present every cycle of breath. Any resistance, distractions, simply allow, let be, come and go. And now with a bit more of a yogic focus, really emphasizing the navel breath. From there, connecting down to the root line, sacral, perineal, pelvic floor, rooting down, vibrating against earth, earth vibrating back, up the trunk of the spine, connecting the navel, root line, and then from there, connecting the navel breath to the third eye, through the spinal channel. Energy goes where your attention is directed. Seat yourself compassionately at the heart center, bridging the lower and the upper chakras. And we'll breathe like this for a few more moments, consciously circulating. Humble to the altar of our hearts and the presence, impulse of our souls. Deeper breaths, last few cycles. Stretching the breath, the mechanisms of breath, lungs, diaphragm, lower abdomen. And an especially deep and complete inhalation. Suspend the breath now and suspend your mental focus to the brow center. And we're going to apply a root lock, mula bandha, as though holding going to the bathroom, toning the perineum, consciously contracting the muscles at the pelvic floor, consolidating at the lower spine. Inhale a little more. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale, let's rub our palms, waking up the nerve endings and preparing ourselves to tune in. Already turning inward, tuning into the self, pressing the palms at heart center, finding ourselves there, keeping the breath and the energy moving, expanding, relaxing each cycle of breath. I'll explain our tune-in mantra, which some of you will be new to. We chant Ong, O-N-G, Ong, Namo, Guru Dev Namo. Ong is infinite creative consciousness. Namo, bowing, saluting this. Guru Dev, divine teacher. Namo, bowing to. So the infinite light within you and within all hearts, bowing to. Take a deep breath all together. Exhale. Another together. Let it go. Gazing at the third eye, seated in the heart, stable at the navel and base. Let's take a deep breath all together to tune in with Om Namo Gurudev Namo 3 times. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Sacred breath of life, for your sacred life, and to be with, communicate, relate with, be present, and any prayer or purpose for class to set in stone here. Body like a prayer. And to surrender and trust in that purpose, come back to you, the class. Stretch our legs. Shake the legs out. So we have a kriya. Kriya means practice. Today, we always practice with kriyas, yoga sets. Let's stretch the legs nice and wide. And the kriya is for awakening inner sound like a thunderbolt. Arms up, hugging the ears, turn to the left, hinge at the hips, fold over the left leg. Inhale, rise. Turn to the right, exhale. So Kundalini yoga is very sound, vibration-based, works with a lot of mantra. The number one mantra is the sound of our very own breath, coming in, going out. So listen to yourself breathe as you stretch. Arms hugging the ears, spinal alignment. Another primary mantra that we use with the breath is the sound of Sat Nam. Sat means truth. nam identity. So every cycle of breath and movement here, you can inhale up, sat, exhale down, nam. We're opening the life nerve here, the sciatic nerve, longest nerve in the body, from the soles of the feet all the way to the low back. Very important. Stretch, breathe, circulate, and start to stretch a little further. Breathe a little deeper. Moving with the breath, with the mantra Sat Nam, tuning into your inner sound. I'll read the comments for the Kriya. They're pretty cool. Always are, maybe. A few more cycles. Inhale up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold down to the center. Bring a hand to either shin or maybe the feet. Holding here, steady. Inhale up, exhale down, bouncing buoyantly forward and back with the breath, with the mantra Sat Nam. Comments for Kriya to awaken inner thunder. The energy of the nervous system and consciousness dwells in different areas of the body and attaches to different objects of concern. The Kriya here mobilizes the energy of the lower chakras and the lower and mid regions of the body. As that energy is released and synchronized, it concentrates through the heart center and then the head centers. As the pituitary and pineal glands start to function at a higher level, the inner sounds become more apparent, and meditation thereby becomes automatic because you'll be easily absorbed into the inner sounds, inner vibrations. A few more cycles, stretch a little further, breathe a little deeper. Inhale upward. Exhale, release, shake out the legs. And let's bring the soles of the feet together. And bring the hands to the knees. Inhale to raise them. Exhale to lower them. Alternatively, you can just use the knees themselves. Hands at the sides. Just a few cycles like this. Inhale, raise the knees. Exhale, release. Come to Sukhasana. Comfortable cross-legged posture. Do a little more warming up. Hands at the shins or the ankles. Inhale, flex the navel forward, upward, the heart. Exhale, release, round the spine back. And let's also bring in a pranayama here. Breath control, breath work. As we exhale, chin to the chest and stick the tongue out and like a lion. Inhale forward, through the nose, stick the tongue back in, and then exhale, stick the tongue out. Stretching and stimulating the vagus nerve. Most important nerve in the body. Regulates your stress and vitality. Listen to yourself breathe here. Really heavy exhale. Like a lion breath. Find your very own rhythm. It's meant to be very comfortable, relaxing, releasing for the spine. Round, relax, inhale, stretch. Last little bit. Full undulation, full stimulation, every single vertebrae, every single chakra, breathing with the navel. If you haven't already, maybe speed up if it feels right. Inhale, stretch up. Suspend the breath and tone the perineum, base the spine as though applying a kegel. Inhale a little more. Exhale, release. Palms down atop the knees. Let's do a soupy grind. Inhale forward and around. Exhale back and around. Leading with the navel and the heart. You can explore in different ways. Higher, lower, further out, closer in, slower, faster, and then find a really intuitive movement for yourself. Guided by your own breath, body. Tune in. Inhaling sat, exhaling nam. Couple more warm-ups. Grinding the pubic down through to the earth like a wheel. Churning the navel, lower chakra, alchemy, and rising up through the heart, spine, third eye. This is a beautiful exercise. It works the root, the heart, and the crown chakras, the poles, and the center. And whenever we work one chakra, we're always working the neighboring chakras. So therefore, we're hitting every single one here. Last few cycles this direction. Next time you inhale, fill the lungs. And switch directions. Exhale completely. Become the breath, become the blood, the water. Move and flow with. Few more cycles. And now continue the movement, but begin to slow and arrive closer to the center, cycle by cycle. Effortless effort, subtler and subtler movement. Closer. And arriving with a deep breath. Let it go. Flip the palms facing up. Index fingers and thumbs lightly touching. And long deep breaths. Calm third eye focus. Gentle pressure there. Sitting tall but humble. Listening to the inner sounds and the outer. From the inside out. Final few breaths, meditating. Deep, complete inhalation. Full exhale. And we'll begin the Kriya to awaken inner thunder. Such a cool name. So we're going to begin in chair pose. So we can start standing and then we'll bend the knees. And then we'll bring the hands and arms through the inside of the legs, wrap them around the legs, and then place the palms over the toes, over the feet, or maybe at the sides of the feet, or maybe even under the feet. But the ideal is on top of the feet. And then the back here is like parallel with the floor. Yeah, I think so. Close to. And do any modifications, any adjustments for yourself. We'll be holding this asana. And this is for the whole lower triangle of chakras and the nervous system's strength. Holding this strong for a few minutes. Mentally inhaling the mantra Sat, truth, and exhaling Nam, identity, reality. Head is level or slightly lifted. Concentrating at the brow point, third eye. Long, deep, complete yogic breaths. Holding steady, still. Looks really good. Oh, hello. Yogic breathing from the navel. Applying a light pressure to the lower triangle of chakras like that. Mixing the energy of fire, water, earth, and light attention at the third eye. Over halfway. These chakras are our foundation. Being, feeling, and doing. Survival, sexuality, and the ego. I am, I feel, I do. So consciously engaging, communicating through these chakras, unconscious, subconscious, egoic consciousness. Last few cycles of breath. Deepen the breath, hone in at the third eye. Purpose of Kundalini yoga, very simple. Controlling the prana, thereby controlling the mind. Last few cycles. Regulate. Inhale. Exhale. Gently release the exercise posture. Take a moment standing tall. Palms facing forward. You can have a light bend in the knees. Standing meditation. Couple breaths. Rooted through the soles. Stretching up. Inhale. Exhale, let's return to the earth. And just like the first warm-up we did, legs will be wide. Toes pointing up. Nice perpendicular angle at the hips. You can pull the sit bones out from underneath yourself. And let's inhale upward, exhale down. Bring a hand to either foot or shin. If you are reaching the feet, wrap the peace fingers around the big toe, press on the big toenail. Wow. Okay. Inhale up, turn to the left, exhale, hinge. Inhale back up, turn to the right, exhale, hinge. You can always just hold the shins, but keep the hands held at a single point. Moving with the breath, cycling. And sharing your breath and awareness through the backs of the legs, sciatic, life nerves. This is the yin polarity, negative polarity, earth, chakra, magnetism, lower half of the body. Energy of the earth through the feet, through the legs, hips, pelvis. A little longer, stretch a little further. Shoulders back, heart forward. Last few cycles. Balancing sciatic nerves. Inhale up. Suspend the breath and apply Mula Bandh, root La, consciously contracting the muscles of the pelvic floor. Inhale more. Exhale, shake the legs out, point and flex the toes. Is that someone's phone? That sounds really cool. No, no worries. I liked it. And now let's sit in Sukhasana, or half or full lotus. And we'll begin spinal flex, but this time we'll keep the chin level and we'll just breathe in and out through the nose. So keeping the head level and aligned with the spine. So there's an open channel through the neck, through the brainstem, with the rest of the spinal column. Moving forward and back along the sit bones, flexing the pelvis, flexing the navel, flexing the heart, flexing the spine, the breath, the spirit. Stretch, stimulate every vertebrae. Steady, powerful rhythm. If you feel called, you can speed up. Loosen up, free up. Have the spine become more flexible, more fluid. You're only as young as you are flexible, especially along the spine. Most important channel, the brain of the body, the central nervous system. Final minute, stretch and breathe. Rhythmically, find your flow. Craniosacral channel. Last little bit. Stretch. Flex your heart. Open the chest cavity. Inhale, vertical. Suspend the breath, bring it down to the navel, and from there down to the base, and then back up with a root lock, gazing at the third eye, toning the perineum. No energy down or out. Inhale more. Exhale, release. Spine tall. Hands in Gyan Mudra. Few deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale, bring the hands atop the shoulders, fingers in the front, thumbs in the back. Inhale, twisting to the left. Exhale, twisting to the right. Sat Nam. Meditating at the third eye, the brow point. Opening now the thoracic spine, upper spine, and the diaphragm. Previous exercise opened up the spine from the lower vertebrae and pumped the spinal fluid. It's now serving to circulate and distribute that through the heart and the higher chakras, as the description of the Kriya promised. Breathing, moving powerfully, and not taking my word for it, but seeing if you can sense that experience, energy rising to the heart, what that phenomenon is like. Listening internally, what's happening, vibrating, energy, prana moving in you. Halfway. Best you can, elbows parallel with the shoulders. Shoulder blades back. Nice. Last little bit. Left and right, locking into the center, third eye, tip of the tongue, roof of the mouth, heart open. Clear, open channel. Vessel. Last few cycles. Exhale. Inhale, facing forward. Expand the breath, and from that expansion, contract up the spine from the base, like a rod of energy conducting, electrifying, consolidating. Inhale more. Exhale, release. Backs the hands atop the knees. Gyan Mudra, index fingers and thumbs. Arms and spine like a tripod for the heart and head. Long, deep breaths. Gentle third eye gaze. Tip of the tongue, roof of the mouth. A deep breath. Let it go. And we'll bring the hands in front of the chest. Right palm facing in, left palm facing out. Hands in a bear grip, pulling apart the fingers tight, locking the thumbs over the little fingers of the opposite hand, keeping the forearms parallel to the ground like this. Pull the hands slightly and begin long, deep breathing. This is to open the chest cavity and the lock of the heart. Apply as much pressure as you can sustain for a few minutes. Tensegrity, integrity of tension. Meeting the pressure and the heat with long, cool, deep breaths. Listening from the inside out. Sat Nam, true vibration, material presence of truth, the soul within you. From there, resonating out, deeply listening, about halfway. Keep the pressure on. Heart-centered consciousness. Final few cycles of long, deep, complete breaths. Meditating along the waves of your breath, the waves of prana, the waves of light, enlightening your mind. Calling forth your universal light, light of the soul. Let's take a deep breath. And suspend the breath, suspend your attention to the brow point and apply root lock, Mool Bun. Rectum, sex organ, and the navel in that order. Consciously contracted. Inhale a little more. 2, exhale, release. Take a few breaths to yourself. Inhale. Exhale. Let's return to a bear grip, this time a few inches above the crown of the head. Steady, long, deep breaths here. Stable like a statue, really still, just buoyantly, naturally moving with the breath. Opening the crown chakra, Sahasrahara, 1,000-petaled lotus. Opening up the head centers, glands, pineal, pituitary. As energy rises to the higher centers, do remain embodied, grounded, present in your physicality. Breath being the bridge from the navel. Final few cycles of breath. Keep pulling the fingers. Inhale. And a light mula bandha energy knows what to do. It's already rising. Let it guide you. Third eye focus. Toning the base. Inhale more. Exhale, release the hands. Again, Gyan Mudra, meditative moments. Breathe deep. Inhale. Exhale, stretch the legs straight out. Heels together, toes pointing up. Perpendicular angle at the hips. Here we're going to do body drops. I like to use my fists. Alternatively, you can use the palms or the fingertips. You can also use blocks. We'll lift the body up, the butt up, and then exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Here for just a very short time. Just do your best. Sending a shockwave through the spine. Liberating the chakras from the base. Energy, earth, density. Last little bit. And relax. And we'll repeat the second exercise we did, was the life nerve stretch, wide-legged. Just be here for a short time. Unplugging the ears. Exhale, bring your hand to either foot or the shins, holding there. Inhaling up, spine tall, erect, turning to either side. Exhaling, bowing down. Sat Nam. Just a couple more exercises. We're preparing ourselves for meditation, so already having that meditative attitude, not compromising with the ego or mind, turning in, facing the soul. Sat. A few more cycles. Inhale up. Exhale, release. And let's come to our stomachs for the final asana. It's a good one. Bow pose. So we're gonna have the feet kicked up and we're gonna reach back to grab the feet, grab the heels. You can hang out here with like the feet and the legs and the head a little bit lifted. And maybe gradually you can kick the feet higher up, balancing at the hip bones there. Rock forward and back. Find your threshold and stay striving, stretching, but also steady for a few minutes here. We're going to do breath of fire. Breath of fire is a rapid, rhythmic breath from the belly. With every exhale, the navel pumps into the spine like a bellows. It can be helpful if you're new to stick the tongue out and pant like a dog on a hot summer's day, pumping the belly with every exhale. When you find the breath rhythm, stick with it, but stick the tongue back in the mouth, in and out through the nose. Pull the shins away from the head. Gently arch the head, torso up. Powerful breath, steady striving. You can always release, take a moment, and come back at it. 2 more minutes. Try to get the head up. Yeah, good. Nice. This is so good for the spine and the spinal fluid. Engine oil for the cerebral spinal fluid, spine and brain. Final minute. Releasing energy up the full length of the spine. Keep up. Last little bit, stretch. Good adjustments. Exhale, inhale, stretch up. Exhale, release, lower down. Pick a cheek to lie on or the chin and rest. And you can switch cheeks. And gently sit up. Take a quick child's pose. And before Shavasana, we'll just sit in a meditative posture. And we're directed to contemplate the vastness of the universe from our inner space, microcosm, macrocosm, meditating on the vast infinity of the universe. Hands can be in your lap or any other mudra. Inhale, exhale, and now we'll move to our meditation. This is a thunderbolt meditation, and working with sound of thought, so the vibrations of our mind. The hands are invited to be in the lap. And the mantra is Wahe Guru. Wahe is like wow, indescribable. Guru, the light of the soul. So Wahe Guru is that experience of realization of the self-realization, and just the monumental light of the soul and of the source within. Wahe Guru, wow. So we're going to meditate on that sound current, inhaling, suspending the breath as we mentally chant that mantra, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru. And then when you need to exhale, doing so completely through the nostrils, holding the breath out to then apply the Mula Bandha. Then when you need to inhale, so you're very controlled and composed, inhaling completely, suspending the breath, and meditating on that mantra, Wahe Guru. Also, the hands are just in front of the heart, right hand atop the left, and the thumb tips are touching. Holding the breath, mentally vibrating that sound current. When you need to, then exhale, and repeating the process, exhaling completely. Internal pressure at the pelvic floor, consolidating your energy. Inhaling to release that, and then returning to that mantra. Pranayama, breath control, breath work. Stretch the breath, hold the breath longer, in and out. The implication here is that the power of sound can serve you to dissolve any old attachments and break the habitual attention of the subconscious. When you open the inner sound current, it can be like traveling through a turbulent sound barrier. Everything can be shaken and scattered, but then there comes a profound silence and smoothness. Waheguru, Waheguru, Waheguru. Two more cycles, working through shushmana, like mana, the mind, working with the vital life force to bring stillness to the waves of the mind. Shushmana is known as the womb of sound, through where our consciousness travels from pole to pole, base to crown, crown to base. Center yourself in the heart, enter into your breath and into that womb of sound. all your attention on the mantra Wahe Guru. Complete the cycle you're on, after which you can rest the hands and do, if you like, continue to meditate, be still, perhaps stretch, move around. And when you are ready to rest on the back in Savasana, corpse pose, holding dear, listening deeply still to that inner vibration. Resurrect your breath, breathing life back from the belly through the body. And returning movement to the fingers and the toes, wiggling. Rotating wrists and ankles. Wide circles, both directions. Stretching arms up overhead, pointing the toes to stretch the legs. Hug the right knee to the chest, cross it up and over the left leg, and turn to face the right. When you're ready, to the other side. And rub the soles of the feet together, back to the center. Rub the palms of the hands together. Hug the knees to the chest. Rock forward and back along the length of the spine. And come up to a comfortable cross-legged posture. Just like we tuned in, we'll tune out with the sound of Sat Nam. Long Sat and a short Nam. Blessing all parts of ourselves in truth and all our relationships. Deep breath. Let it go. And from the heart, let's inhale to chant Sat Nam. Nam. And to our efforts today of learning and listening, tuning in to the impulse of the soul, let us bow our head to the soul and to the spirit of this practice. Sat Nam.